Hey everybody, this is Jason, the Life Science Educator and the Science Outreach Manager here at the Children's Museum Houston. I am right now inside our eco station to talk to you about phytoplankton and a concept called neutral buoyancy. So first of all, let's talk about phytoplankton a little bit. Phytoplankton are creatures, organisms I should say, that live inside the ocean or other water areas. They're really important for us because in reality, phytoplankton produce the most oxygen for us. And in fact, there is one microscopic phytoplankton that produces 20% of the oxygen that we breathe, which is more than the entire Amazon rainforest combined. So these ocean plants, algae are very, very important for us so that we can have the oxygen we need to survive. Now, the reason why I want to talk about neutral buoyancy when it comes to phytoplankton is that phytoplankton, they can neither stay at the top of water nor can they sink all the way to the bottom. Remember, these are like algae plant-like creatures, which means they need the sun to photosynthesize. So if they're just underneath the surface of the water, they will be able to avoid being broken apart by currents and things like that. But if they sink too far down, like maybe 75 feet down even, they won't be able to get the light they need to eat, and then they die, and then they're not producing oxygen for us. So what we have to understand is what is buoyancy, what is sinking, and what is neutral buoyancy. So let's go ahead and use the algae I made over here to give you an idea. Now I make some kind of simple phytoplankton algae, and I use really simple materials. I use some duct tape, some plastic eggs, some pennies, and some pipe cleaners. You can see the pipe cleaners. And I labeled all of these because I made different types. I made one that has 15 pennies inside, one that has 19 pennies inside, one that has 21 pennies inside, and one that has 25 pennies. Plus, this one has 3 pipe cleaners, this has 6 pipe cleaners, this one has 4 pipe cleaners, and this one has 3 pipe cleaners. Why did I make the pipe cleaners green? So they represent like plants and algae and things that photosynthesize. Now to really start you off, I'm going to have you direct over to this tub of water here. That's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to want to fill up a clear tub of water. And right now, I am going to simply place a plastic egg with nothing inside of it inside. But note, there are holes on either end. Now, you may make a prediction that this is either going to stay on the top, be buoyant, or sink to the bottom. So I'm going to say it's going to stay on the top. So I'm going to pop it in, and there it is. It's staying on the top. And it doesn't even look like it's going to fill with water to sink in a little bit. Now right here, I have myself like a little metal ball bearing. Let's make a prediction. Will it sink or will it be buoyant and stay at the top? I'm going to say it's going to sink. There it goes. Okay. Now to be neutrally buoyant, you have to be just underneath the surface of the water or kind of in the middle of the water over here. Oh, so you just don't want it sinking to the bottom. If it's a little bit peeking at the top, it's okay because we can say like it's a big algae bloom and most of the algae is underneath, most of the phytoplankton is underneath, but that's why I made all these different types of phytoplankton algae so that we can see which one works. So again, making predictions, my 15 penny one, let's see what happens. I'm just gonna see. Okay, that one is sort of staying on the top. So it's not, it's kind of moving on the bottom, but one of the reasons why is it might be filling up with a little bit of water. Now let's go ahead and try the 25 penny one. Let's see what happens. That one's immediately sank to the bottom. Now we're going to go ahead and try the 19 penny one. I'm going to go ahead and drop it, and look, it's coming back up, but it's not really breaking the surface. This one is acting neutrally buoyant. Now I could probably let it lower a little bit, maybe add one more penny, maybe add one more pipe cleaner, but that's pretty good for now. It's staying where I want it to stay. Here's the problem, if I touch it, it'll sink because it might fill up with some water. Now, this one is 21 pennies, so it's not that different, okay? Let's see what happens. That one had just a little too much weight and it sank all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so we were able to achieve one neutrally buoyant one, and that's where the phytoplankton and some zooplankton live. Actually, a lot of zooplankton live neutrally buoyant because they also don't want to be torn apart or move too quickly through currents. So one thing also is most phytoplankton, they don't move on their own. They actually do move with the currents, but the big waves that would hurt them. So they want to stay underneath a little bit, most of them. Some of them kind of peek up on top. Okay, so there you go. Now, if you want to make your own phytoplankton, you can use all kinds of materials. I use plastic eggs and pipe cleaners and pennies. You can use corks and paper clips and pipe cleaners and marbles and all kinds of stuff that you have at home. So you don't have to be bound to using what I just used. And if you do make some neutrally buoyant phytoplankton or zooplankton, go ahead and show it to us. Take a picture, take a video of what you're doing, and put it up on our social media. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have it all. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. That way you'll get notification of all the videos we do. Not just our science, but also art videos, story times, Mr. Ozo wow moments, tater tot tunes, all that good stuff. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're all having a really great day. I do hope to see you soon here at the Children's Museum. Bye for now.